Wagwan Generals. Welcome back to another episode of the Shift Gear podcast. This week, something very, very special happened in the world of sports. And I know 90% of you, that's a high number. 55% of you probably don't care about sports in any way, shape, or form. But as the Shift Gear podcast, it is our duty to inform the public when big things happen in the world of sports. And Kieran, something huge happened this week. Alexander Ovechkin broke the all-time goal scoring record in the NHL. And it's like maybe we're just like blessed this year because LeBron also broke the scoring record. But we got to talk about how crazy that is real quick. Okay, so how much hockey do you watch, first of all? Not
I
much,
don't
right?
I don't watch like any games, but like sometimes on TikTok I'll see highlights. So this week my
Yeah.
TikTok had a bunch of OB highlights. When I was a kid, I used to love hockey. I used to play. I used to watch all the games. I kind of just like fell out of love with it.
Mm.
But I mean, the one highlight I love. It's one of my favorite sports highlights. I'm sure you know this goal, Neil. Like the one where he falls on his back and he shoots the puck
Hmm.
like behind his like back is like the
Yeah.
crazy. Not just hockey, like one of the craziest sports plays like I've ever seen. I love that clip. I watched it a bunch
Dude,
this
like
week.
this guy is a freak of nature. He's 39 years old. He broke his leg this year, like snapped it. And he came back and scored 40 goals to break the all-time record. And so someone put it in perspective. So somebody who's playing right now would have to average 47 goals for the next 21 seasons to catch up to this record. Like that when Gretzky got that record, it was considered untouchable. Like who is hitting that? And this guy has been the epitome of just consistency and being a dog. And the reason I brought it up is because I was watching First Take with our good friend Stephen A. Smith, who honestly we should probably steal more podcasts like inspo from because he just does
He
the
does
most like
Pokemon
controversial
segments,
stuff.
Neil. So
I heard, yeah, I saw like the Mewtwo one
yeah.
time. Um, of course, in First Take style, they had to make it about LeBron, right? It was just a LeBron show. But they were talking about who has had the more impressive scoring record. Like which one is more impressive to break? Was it LeBron's or was it Ovi? And I don't think there's any right answer to this. That's not the part of this that's like really controversial. But they started going into about how like LeBron has been the most like durable athlete of all time. And me personally, I had an issue with that. And I'm actually curious to hear your take about LeBron's like durability being compared to Ovechkin, a guy who's missed 13 games in the last like 10 years or whatever. It was something like stupid. I think he missed like 35 games in his career or something. Um, where do you stack up LeBron's scoring record with Ovi's? What's
I
your
mean,
initial
like
thought?
it's more or less the same to me. I think. Like maybe
Yeah.
Ovi's is a little more impressive because he did it in more or less the same amount of games as Gretzky. And I do know
Yep.
scoring in the modern NHL is actually a lot harder. Uh, like purely just scoring, yeah, I think scoring more goals in the NHL, breaking the NHL record, I think is more impressive than breaking the NBA one. So I would actually say Ovi's is more impressive.
Okay. Okay. I'm glad you're not like a delusional NBA fan like Stephen A. Smith. Guys didn't used to play like butterfly goalie when Gretzky was playing. Like maybe it
Well,
was like
I
kind
know
of
the
the intro
equipment
of
was
it.
smaller too. Like, yeah, I think they said
Equipment
like
was
the best goalies,
smaller.
like their goals allowed average was like 3.3 or something, like back in the day.
Yeah, it
So
was tough. It was tough. So like this record being broken is incredible. And like I just wanted to pay some homage to that. I think
nice.
we are probably never going to see that record be broken again in our
It'll
lifetimes.
definitely be broken again in our lifetime, bro. Like,
I don't think so. I don't think so.
bro, people say that about every. I'm sure when Gretzky broke it, they're like, no, it's not getting broken. Or when Kareem broke the record, like this isn't getting broken, right? We're saying now like LeBron's might not get broken because he came from high school, but like, yeah, like I don't know. I think
I
it'll
don't
get
know,
broken in
man.
our lifetime, bro.
47 goals for
Like
21
why can't like
years.
McDavid do that or something? Like,
McDavid's not really a high velocity scorer. It'd probably be Matthews. Matthews is currently 2 goals ahead of Ovi where he was at that time.
okay,
But to
so
have the
no,
longevity of Ovi
that's
to
the
play to
thing,
your
yeah,
39, like I
yeah,
don't know, we'll see. Maybe we come back to shift gear like 27 years down the road when everyone's unsubscribed and we say, hey guys, like yo, I was wrong. I was wrong. The record just got broke by some
yeah.
kid born in like 2015.
So I mean, like I remember I saw that first take segment. I saw it on my Twitter because I just saw like PK Subban being like, "Oh, like LeBron's not even better than Kobe." I was like, "Oh
Yeah,
my
he was
god,
losing
bro."
it.
But you know, my biggest pet peeve is just people who don't know ball. Like,
Mm,
I feel like I'm a very relaxed person if you've met me, but I cannot stand talking basketball like with someone who doesn't know ball, bro. Like I've just resorted
yeah.
now to be like if someone's like has bad, just like bro, you don't know ball. Like, I don't want to discuss with you anymore. I'm like next topic. Like,
Dude, that's why every single year when the Leafs go out in the first round, there's people in my DMs like you would not believe the amount of people that text me every year. Like, oh, Leafs sink, whatever. I'm like, brother, how many games of hockey have you watched in your life? Like,
doesn't
can
matter.
you
They're right,
recite
Emil.
me? Nah, man. Can you recite me 10 hockey players? No? All right, you don't know ball. Shut up, man. You don't know puck. Get out of my DMs. I don't take it from those guys. But I hear you.
Yeah.
I also have an issue with that. And like PK went on and he's like, yo, there's nobody better than Jordan and Kobe. They're like,
I was
what?
like, bro, what? Like,
Hello?
Kobe's like debatably not even in the top 10. Like, he's probably not even in my top 10. But like, I don't know, that was just
It's like,
ludicrous.
hello?
And I'm like, you just discredit like anything you're about to say when you say that. So it's like, come on, bro. But I mean,
Yeah,
us
that brother
engaging
was
with
speaking.
that gives them views, which is we're driving like bad sports media, Neil. But and keeping it
Mm.
Pokemon related, I want to ask Neil, is there any Pokemon records you think are untouchable that are kind of similar to that? Like, what would be that record? Like, what's the equivalent of breaking the scoring record in Pokemon? Is it like winning,
I
like beating Jason's world's record? Is it beating Tor's IC record? What do you think is like the
I was gonna take
golden
the
record?
I was gonna take the easy cop out and say the IC record.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that one was like I don't think it's untouchable. Like you said, I think we always say things are untouchable, but this one probably isn't. Like someone will come around who's insane. But just with the way the game's growing and like how much bigger it's getting and how much harder it is to win with every passing year, I find it tough to think that someone will be able to do that again. And it also a factor of this also is that Tort is still an active player, so he still might win more ICs, and he still might bring that record higher and higher and higher and more untouchable. What about you? What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, there's a couple people who I think are like not close, but like Azul has two, Stefan has two, right? So it's like they could easily like Azul especially like he won OCIC. So if you say the record is winning like all the ICs, he technically
Mhm.
won one that doesn't exist anymore. So he's the only person who could probably chase him down.
Yeah,
I think Jason's world's record is harder to break though. Like no one besides him has even won two worlds. So it's like that tournament's just so hard to win. I think that one's even more untouchable in my opinion.
yeah.
Because
I mean, like
that
Worlds
only
is getting a
happens
little
once a year.
smaller though
Well, it's getting bigger. What are you talking? I think it's getting bigger. Is it like from back in
from
the
last
day,
year.
right? No, from last year it's getting smaller. But I think someone posted on
Mm.
Twitter it's still going to be like 700 people or something.
Oh,
So
for sure. And like my,
yeah.
my point of it being smaller is that like I think last year's standard set a or
Oh
last
yeah,
year set an
last year was definitely like the biggest.
yeah,
Like hopefully it'll ever be.
yeah. Like I
I mean
hope
maybe
we never get
eventually
back to that.
maybe the game eventually grows to the point where we need it that size again. But yeah, I think last year was like really crazy how big it was. Oh.
Yeah, I was looking today. I asked you before we got on. I was like, Kieran, like, I don't really play Pokemon right now. Like, how many points do I need for Worlds? I don't even know, man. Like this system is kind of interesting because like we're sitting here in April, and so many people have like reached out to me, even when I'm not playing the game actively, and asked me like, hey, like, do you think I'm safe for Worlds or whatever? And I'm like, look, bro, I'm not the one you want to ask about this, but I'm thinking about myself too. I'm like, yo, like, what is the safe number? And I'm thinking some people are probably getting FOMO'd to going into some of these events just to,
Yeah.
be safe.
I mean, like, if you're on the cusp, just go to tournaments and play well. Don't worry about
Yeah,
what's safe.
yeah.
Just play your best
Yeah.
Pokemon, and then at the end of the year, if it's enough, it's enough. So, yeah.
Yeah, I'm at a yeah, I think I told you I was like 688 or something with I got 37 local points left. So I'd really like to avoid traveling. So I think we're just gonna do NAIC, and if I miss off that, I don't deserve it anyways.
Yeah.
That's
Neil,
kind of the thought process.
do you think I'm safe for Worlds? I'm not sure, Neil. I think
Not
I
a,
need your
I
wisdom.
think you should go to Atlanta and Milwaukee, bro. That's the only solution. My only reasoning for wanting to go to Milwaukee is it's actually a really small tournament, like comparatively to most of the big ones that we see
Someone
here.
told me that, yeah.
Yeah, it's really small. Like not like Milwaukee. Actually, I shouldn't say that. I don't remember what Milwaukee was in the past, but it didn't feel like it was that small. This year I think I saw like 1,700 when I signed up initially. Like pretty small, bro. It's like Vancouver size.
Hmm. Interesting.
And
So,
like, Milwaukee's close to Green Bay. Packers are a goated franchise, and they have liter beers in Milwaukee, Kieran. Liter beers.
yeah, but they're
You know what
not
you can do
playing
with
right
that?
now.
No, no, I'm just saying independently of the Packers thing. Like
Oh.
they if you go to the bar, they'll give you a liter of beer or 2 liters. It's insane. Like, what are you gonna do with all that beer? I don't know. But you take a picture with it. You got this big beer jug beside your head, and you send it home to your friends. You say, "Hey, I wasn't here playing Pokemon. I'm here on vacation in Milwaukee, Wisconsin."
Vacation to Milwaukee, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Anyways, we can talk about Pokemon stuff now. That
Yeah.
was
So classic
we were
shift gear
blabbing.
rambling. All right, Neil, put
Mhm.
timestamps when you make our description tomorrow so people can go.
Yeah, they might need that.
All right.
All
So
right,
yeah,
what do we got?
there's some new cards that got revealed last week, this week. I can't remember what day they came out. I think last week. I've seen them already, but you haven't. So we'll get live reaction from you, and then we're gonna break down the Atlanta tier list
Sure.
and meta forecast. So
Meta forecast.
all right, we're on Twan's Blue Sky now. Twan has moved to Blue Sky, which honestly, shout out Twan. I want to move to Blue Sky, but like I don't know, everyone's on Twitter. It's like I feel like I just need to do it for my brand on Twitter. But
And I don't mean to derail from Pokemon again, but what the hell is Blue Sky?
it's like Twitter, but not run by Elon.
So what is the purpose of it? Like, why are we going to Blue Sky? Is it because
Well, it's
people
just
are
like
anti-Elon?
yeah, that like it's open source. I think
Mm.
just like I don't know about you, but when I open my Twitter, it's literally like Pokemon tweet, like
Oh,
crazy,
yeah.
crazy, like like American propaganda, just crazy stuff happening in America, just normally. Jake Gearhart complaining about something, like 18 plus stuff randomly. Like I follow almost none of these people except Jake Gearhart. I'm like,
Yeah,
why is this all
yeah,
on my
yeah.
page like all the time? Like,
I agree with you in the fact that I don't like that I can't open my Twitter in public without knowing like what is gonna pop up on my screen, bro. It's kind of scary, and like yeah, it is Elon diff. So I drive a Tesla for anyone who doesn't know,
you
and
need the
people started
sticker,
getting
Aneil, bro.
stickers. Yeah, yeah, you've seen the sticker. That's what I was going to explain. A bunch of guys have sent me this sticker that says I bought this before Elon like crashed out. So like I don't know, man. I don't think my car is gonna get vandalized, but maybe it can't be too safe. So if people are actually moving to blue sky because they hate Elon that much, maybe it's something I gotta look into.
Yeah, bro, you need that sticker though, bro. I don't feel safe driving in the car with you anymore, man. I'm scared we're gonna get
Bro, I am
assaulted.
putting no stickers on my car, man. I'm too old for that. Okay, if somebody vandalizes my car, whatever, I'll get my insurance bag and I'll buy a Honda Civic. We'll
Yeah,
just call it a day.
exactly. You can exit the Tesla market that way.
That's it, baby. That's it.
Oh, all right. Well, we'll go to the cards now, Neil, on Blue Sky.
Blue sky.
All right, so we're gonna start with Zamazenta. Metal colorless. During your opponent's next turn, if this Pokemon takes any damage from an opponent's attack, you put that money back on them. It only has 130 health. It seems horrible. Attack is 3 metal or 3 energy.
But the card looks really cool. We'll give it that.
Yeah, the art's really nice. But the next card, Aneil, it's my boy. We got Blaziken. Its first attack, whatever, 2 for 70. Its second attack, though, Fire colorless. Do 120, discard 2 energy, do 120 to one of your opponent's bench Pokemon. I mean, that's a good attack, but unfortunately, it's coming out in the same set as Shaman. So it's like, well, there's just Shaman now. Well, actually, no, does Shaman only block Rollbox Pokemon?
I'm not too sure about that one.
Wait, let's double check so I don't
look that up. But in the meantime, I can tell you that Blaziken also evolves from the same combustion the Blaziken EX evolves from. So you have a built-in support. What do you got here? Is it Roblox?
No, it's the wrong Shaman. Wait.
Oh, you got the wrong one. What the hell is that art? That thing is weird.
Prevent all damage on your bench Pokemon that don't have a rule box. Okay, so then like. So
it only
So, but this is useless then. Well, not useless, but it's like I can hit like someone's EX, but like half of them are Terras, so I can't hit. And 120 is not enough to knock out the normal guys.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, like, you don't really want to hit like a Squawk for 120. You don't really want to hit most of these non-Terra guys for 120.
Maybe you're playing like Monkey Dory or something. I don't know, because like the Blaziken EX accelerates energies.
Actually, that is true. You can kill Monkey Dory with this.
No, I'm saying like you play your own Monkey Dory, but you can. Yeah. Well, no, you can't knock out Monkey Dory because Shaman blocks you.
I guess you got to boss it, bring it forward, and then hit someone else in the bench.
Maybe you have to like play Dusknoir and then like knock out the Shaman that way.
I feel like we might be reaching here a little bit.
Well, did you see Torrid's deck from the Champions League?
I did not.
Yeah, we're getting derailed again, but I gotta show this. I mean, this is Pokemon related, so.
You gotta show me this. I don't know, man. I'm out of it right now. I'm enjoying a nice break, so I'm relying on you to educate me.
I think it's this, right?
I actually think it's kind of funny because I'm giving like the most like raw reactions on Shift Gear every week, so I think it's kind of jokes. It's good content.
So basically, day one he just played Dragapult because you're allowed to switch your deck for day 2 in Japan, right? So basically, pretty normal. He played double Brock Scouting, which I guess is not standard, but whatever. This is his deck day 2.
I'm trying to like figure out what I'm looking at here.
Look at like the top left first.
This is like just like Terra Box with a Pidgeot for some reason.
And the
rare candy. And a Dusknoir, okay. And is that Cornermon, Ogremon, that guy?
I think this is Yeah, that's Cornerstone, and then this is Wellspring. Yeah, okay.
Okay. This is the... I would never call a Tor deck a pile, but this is pretty close. How do you, like, do anything with this?
Well, you have
How do you ever get what you want? How are you getting your Pidgeot with all this other jank?
Well, you go Noctowl for he doesn't play. He plays double Brock Scouting. Interesting. So you can't go Jacques. But yeah, then you get Rare Candy Pidgeot, and you Rare Candy Dusknoir, the Shaman, and then you Wellspring Aneil. Or he plays Briar. So you can also just go like take 2 prizes and then Briar Dusknoir.
Okay, I like that better actually. That seems pretty good.
I think Briar is a card that like is kind of underutilized in our format right now. It's like really broken and it fixes a lot of math. It's just a lot of the decks can't use it that well right now.
Yeah. Okay, well this is definitely interesting. We'll keep.
So what I'm saying, Aneil, is I play Rare Candy Dusknoir and then I knock out the Shaman and then I Blaziken and I take 2 prizes.
Okay. Yeah. Let's evolve to a stage 2. That sounds fun. We have
So
Wellspring Ogremon, but we're gonna do this for fun.
my attacker is a stage 2, my support Pokemon's a
Yeah.
stage 2, and my Dusknoir is a stage 2. No, I'm gonna get them all out for
This
sure.
is like it's like Mamoswine box.
Yeah, it's just like this is just too hard to get working. Like maybe I'll play Blaziken for fun because it's my favorite Pokemon. But yeah, I can't see this deck being that good.
Blaziken with Blaziken EX, bro. I'm telling you, we're cooking.
There's a Primate. Which one of your opponent's bench Pokemon are active? Okay, whatever. Annihilate. I actually love Annihilate. It's one of my favorite Pokemon from Scarlet Violet. Alright, so its ability, if it has at least 2 damage counters on it, the attack it deals 120 more damage, and this attack is just fighting 160. You can't attack next turn. You know, there's a card that I'm going to show you later that could work with this. But it's like a 1 prizer that does 280. Like, okay.
I think I know I did see the card that you're talking about, and that card definitely seems pretty good with this.
Okay, let's go that card first, and then we can like discuss.
Sure.
Alright, Team Rocket's Bomb, or Venture Bomb. Flip a coin if heads, put 2 damage on one of your opponent's Pokemon. If tails, put 2 on your active Pokemon. You saw this card, right?
Yeah. This is interesting. I mean, I'm also curious to see if they keep the name Venture Bomb. That seems kind of out there. But yeah, this is pretty good. In a format with Monkey Dory, you're buffing a lot of things, right?
Yeah.
I don't know the particular use cases of this off the top of my head, but I mean, like, dude, flip a coin, feds, you're doing 2. If not, you're doing 2 to yourself, and it's gonna be 2 to them anyways because you play Monkey Dory.
Exactly.
So who cares?
So. Yeah, this card seems pretty insane. I think it's kind of dumb. Like, why am I why? It's a flip card that does damage. Like, come on. Like,
it's kind of like double plus power.
Yeah, it is in a sense, right? Like, yeah. So I don't know. It's interesting, but so yeah, you would use that on this guy. But I mean, the problem then is like if I flip heads, then I'm not damaging my guy.
Yeah. It's like a little gimmicky. It's a bad deck, probably.
You'd have to play like I forget what it's called, like the stadium where you bench your guy, you take 2. So maybe you play that stadium. It's a stage 2. You have to keep recycling these. It's probably too high maintenance, but I
think that's Gape Jaw Bog. I think that thing rotated, bro.
No, there's another one. It's like a snow stadium card.
Oh, Calamitous Snowy Mountain.
Yes, that one.
Goated card.
Yeah. All right. There's Regirock EX, and I swear this art looks almost exactly like the Regirock EX, like from like XY.
It does actually. I mean, there's only so many ways you can dress up a stone obelisk, but you're right. It does look like weirdly similar.
Okay, so this is where's Regirock? Yeah, like here. It's like this.
Don't miss out. It's time for some wobble rewards there, kid.
It's just literally just facing the other way.
They just mirrored him. Yeah. This is like what they used to do with old tin promos.
Yes, I
remember they used to do
that, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like the guy'd be facing one way, and they literally just take it, like upload it to Snapchat, hit the mirror button, and they re-upload it onto the photo, onto the card. Yeah. It's so jokes. They should do. I don't know. They got to get creative with these things. They should put like I said, like snap filters on them. Like give this guy a beard or something. They get like Regirock with a beard. Give me something good. Give me something good to look at.
Reggie Man.
I'm tired of these like Reggie Man. This doesn't seem very good though.
Yeah, I mean his first attack just put 2 basic and fighting energy onto it. Okay, power itself out. And then the second attack is fighting plus 3 colors, 140. If your opponent's a stage 2, 280. I mean, yeah, just power this up is just the issue, right? So it's like.
Yeah. Here's a follow-up question. Have we ever had a good playable Regirock?
Yeah. The one I just showed you.
This one? I didn't play this time. Like I genuinely asking for
you would play it in the Buzzwole deck. Its effect is just fighting Pokemon do 10 more. And then there's other Regirocks that are good. This Regirock was good in Primal Groudon because it had Omega Barrier.
Which is, okay. That's the same one that Primal Groudon had itself, right?
So it's like you can't get affected by like boss pretty much. I think Regirock EX.
The Regi Cycle one, the Legends Awaken one, was also played somewhere. I don't remember where.
This one was played too. I forget what it was countering back in the EX era. And then this one, right?
Yeah, that one was played in something.
Yeah, I don't know what it was played in, but probably.
It was just the discard 2 thing. It was just that was exactly why I used it.
This one saw like niche play. I think most Regirocks like niche play, right?
That's what I was gonna say. Like all these cards just seem like
this one
mid
saw
as
play
hell.
in the Regi deck.
Oh, yeah, this one was pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah. So
I don't know. It's always It's always interesting to me to go back and like see like specific Pokemon and how many like playable versions versus unplayable versions they had. Like I remember like a big one was Darkrai, or like Malamar had a lot of good ones too.
Yeah, Darkrai has a lot of good ones.
There's just some Pokemon that they just never die.
Well, Darkrai wasn't like and Darkrai level X was never that good, right? So
No, no.
I mean, Darkrai Cresselia
Darkrai
Legend.
G,
Which one? Oh, Darkrai G.
it was like super fringe playable, and I don't even remember why, but people did play this for some strange reason.
Yeah, I mean, Darkrai Cresselia Legend was like fringe playable.
Mm-hmm.
Its attack is just like move. What's what? Yeah, you rearrange the damage on your opponent's side of the board. I mean, Darkrai X, like literally one of the best cards ever. The
And
other
there's another
Darkrai
Darkrai
EX,
EX.
that was also very good. That was like in a tier 1 deck for a while.
Yeah.
And then Darkrai GX, also very good.
Mm-hmm.
Darkrai Prism Star, also very good.
Darkrai
Umbreon Darkrai Tag Team, also very good. What else?
Darkrai V-Star was like fringe.
It was like
never
okay,
really
yeah.
broke out the way I thought
It
it
got
would.
top 8 that one time, I think. I remember the guy hit like 5 Mews in day 2.
Hey, that'll do it.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, there are certain Pokemon that just like it just seems like they're always good, you know?
Yeah. So, yeah. So pretty cool.
One day we gotta do that. One day we gotta go through like the most like overused playable cards ever, and just go through all like the Pokemon
It's like
species and find which one's
Gardevoir,
the best.
Mew. After that, I don't know.
Mewtwo for sure.
Mewtwo, low-key Oranguru.
Yeah, Oranguru's actually been really good. There's some good ones in there. I would actually like love to have a look at that.
Yeah.
One day. That's a new video idea.
Yeah, we'll do that. We still have to do our Kling Klang versus Plasma video.
Oh yeah. Lots to do in the summer, man.
Yeah, for sure. All right, there's Gorbis, Aneil. It does 30 damage for each water energy attached to this Pokemon. Before dealing damage, you may attach any number of basic water from your hand to this Pokemon.
What the? Okay.
So it's like, I guess, like a Chien-Pao without Baxcalibur? Are we back?
It's self-sufficient Chien-Pao that doesn't
But you need a
discard,
lot
that
of
has
energy
90
to take a
health?
knockout. Like you need
Yeah,
like
you're hitting 30.
to knock out a Dragon Ball, you need 11 energy. But there's
No, we're not back.
also a Huntail. So each time any of your water Pokemon get knocked out by damage, you put all the energies back in your hand instead of discarding them. So if you can get 11 onto a Gorbis, you're kind of safe.
That's sick. Hang on, we might be back.
So
this is coming to a league challenge near you.
Yeah, I mean the problem I think is like it has 90 health. Like Dragapult, Dusknoir can maybe get around the knocked by damage effect, but it seems like a fun deck.
Yeah. I'm down to try this.
Yeah, let's try this.
That's another thing we gotta do. We gotta take the GoPros and go crazy at these tournaments with jank decks.
I got one now. Oh,
I gotta get one.
All right, now I think we're going to Team Rocket's cards. We've got Team Rocket's Moltres EX. The first attack is Fire, Colorless, Colorless, 110. During your opponent's next turn, takes 50 less. Its other attack is Fire, Colorless, 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 Evil Burn. If you discard a Team Rocket's energy from this Pokemon, discard your opponent's active and all cards attached to it.
That's really interesting.
Yeah, it takes 4 energy, so it's kind of a lot. But you do just straight up discard your opponent's active.
And like, it's loopable too. You can do this turn after turn without any issue if you have more Team Rocket's energy. The last time we saw this, and correct me if I'm wrong, Articuno GX, right?
No, that was all the energies. But there was a Pokemon that had the effect. I'm trying to remember.
Was there a discard everything?
Articuno GX would discard all energies.
Which felt just as good at the time.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember. You are right. There was a card that just said, "Oh, it was Giratina and Garchomp tag team."
Yes. GG End. Oh, what a classic! That was an awesome card. I played that in Malamar. Giratina and Garchomp or GX. Sorry.
Yeah, it was 3 energy. Discard one of your opponent's Pokemon. All cards attached. If you have 3 extra fighting energies, you can discard 2 of your opponent's Pokemon.
It was so fun because you'd have like your Tinos with your spell tags and you try and just wipe their board and then take your last prize. Just discarding.
So
yeah, this seems really good to me off the top of my head. I don't know what the specific use case is of this, but this is scary.
It could be. It needs a use case because I'm like, yeah, you can discard your opponent's active, or you could also, if I'm getting 4 energies, I hopefully can also just knock out their active. So
that's true.
Yeah, the Giratina a Garchomp card could do it from anywhere. This one's just the active, so I mean, it has potential for sure. We'd have to just see what you would play it with, right?
Yeah.
So, all right, here's Team Rocket's Articuno. It's literally just so Team Rocket can beat Dragapult. Its ability is prevent all effects of your opponent's Pokemon's attack then to your basic Team Rocket's Pokemon. And then its attack is just like water and 2 colorless, and it's like if it has any Team Rocket attached to it, it does 120.
It is Dust Normal, which is not good.
Yeah, but then they're using
But
Dust on this and on something else. So
I think I don't know, like this seems like one of those cards just off the top of my head that like people will be like, all right, I'm gonna try this out, and they're gonna keep playing it, and there's not gonna be very many like times where it's actually useful. Then people will end up cutting it, and then maybe at the end you'll see one copy in some of these decks. This just doesn't seem like it's helping with that much because if Dragon Ball really wants to, they'll just Dust Snore it and
yeah,
do
but if
whatever
they
they
Dust
want.
Nor this, right, they haven't been building up damage throughout the course of the game. So like they probably don't have good targets to do 60, right? Because Mewtwo has 280. So like you can't finish off Mewtwo. And then like they're giving me a prize to knock my Articuno. I just go Night Stretcher, bring this guy back. I don't know. I think it's.
I guess.
You're definitely playing this if you play the Team Rockets deck because Dragon Ball's like S tier, right? So like.
I definitely think you're playing this when it comes out. Yeah, I agree with that. I just don't know how long it'll stay in the list. I like.
As
I
long as
think of
Dragon
like
Ball's good, I think you would play this. No.
Well, that's the thing. Like, how does this impact Dragon Ball to begin with? Like, how does the new set impact Dragon Ball?
I don't know.
We don't know yet.
Yeah,
I don't know. Like, it's an open ended question. Because if Dragon Ball's not S tier or even A tier, like, what are we doing here?
Yeah, I think
Which
it will be.
I'd be kind of hard pressed to find it going below A tier, but you know what I mean.
Yeah. We have Team Rocket Zapdos, 2 colorless, 30. You can move energy from your opponent's active to one of their bench. So, like, I don't know if you're trying to play control strategy, maybe this is okay. Other attack, lightning, colors, 60. If it doesn't have Team Rocket energy, it does 120. So, same attack as Articuno. Seems pretty mediocre to me.
Whatever.
But, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, you know, there's Zubat, but I'm actually kind of excited for the. Oh, wait, man. I have to see the supporters first, and then we see the other guys.
Tough luck, man.
All right, well, we have Team Rocket's Petrol. Search your deck for a trainer card, reveal it, put it in your hand. So it's a Team Rocket supporter that you can actually play on any deck. It's literally just Skyla reprint. Petrol instead. Shout out the boy Petrol.
Petrol. Shut up, Petrol, actually. Shut up, Petro Canada, where gas prices are below 130 for the first time in like 5 years. So shut out Petrol and non-renewable energy. But Skylar reprint, I don't feel like we needed this, but I mean, I've been wrong before.
Yeah, I have a feeling Full Art Petrol will also not be as expensive as Full Art Skyla.
Yeah, no kidding.
This card I think is really good. Team Rocket's Protron. You can use this card on your first turn going first, so you can even use it when you go first. Search your deck for up to 3 basic Team Rocket Pokemon, reveal and put them in your hand. So obviously super strong. Like Bridget, Pokemon Collector, cards that have had this effect have always been strong. And then you don't even really need to play a full 4 copies because you can play the Rockets like radio card and then just pull this out of your deck. So you play 4 of that, like 2 of this. You have like 6 outs to it on turn 1. You could play 4 of this if you want to be super consistent, but this seems really good. What do you think, Aneil?
Yeah, you play it even on your first turn. This is really good.
Yeah, like because like Mewtwo needs like 4 to attack. You get your Spidops, get whatever. Yeah.
I've missed cards like this, to be honest.
Yeah, me
like
too.
Setup supporters. I like these cards. I always think they're fun. Like you go back and you play like 2017, you see Elms and stuff. Like, sure, it slows down the format, but everything just kind of feels better. I also find it funny that they always name these guys after like science terms, but they're a bunch of loonies running around doing crap. Team Rocket's Proton. Get out of here, man. You're a thug.
All right, we have Team Rocket's Great Ball deal, but it's literally just capturing Aroma for Rocket's Pokemon.
Why is it a Great Ball though? It's just a Rocket logo on it.
I don't know, bro.
It's not a Great Ball. It's a Team Rocket ball.
Yeah, it's literally flip a coin. I've had search for Team Rocket's Evolution Pokemon. If it's Tails, get a Team Rocket's Basic Pokemon. It would have been kind of funny if they flipped it and they're like Heads is Basic and then Tails is Evolution to mess with us, but
just to tweak people out.
Yeah, I mean, like capturing Aroma, we all hated that card, but I mean, like if Rockets, you're trying to play Mewtwo, you're trying to play Spidops, like you probably would play like 1 or 2 of these. I don't know. Ultra Ball might just be better to be honest, because like Ultra Ball just gets you the energy in the discard, you Spidops anyways. So
to me, it's getting scary how much Rocket support there is.
Well, the whole set is like it's Rockets. Like they're like, oh, we messed up with the trainer Pokemon. All right, Rockets. Like we have to make sure this is like an archetype.
And like this makes me want to go back to what I said last week, and where I was talking about like, yo, how many more sets are they going to buff these trainer Pokemon, or are they ever going to buff these trainer Pokemon? Now I think they absolutely have to. Now I think if you don't buff like Iono's Pokemon, like they're never going to see the light of day, man.
I agree. All right, Team Rocket Sneasel, Double Dark. This attack does 20 damage to one of your opponent's bench Pokemon for each damage counter already on that Pokemon. We had an Esper that had an attack kind of like this. That was really good. Yes. I mean, I'm about to show you some cards that would combo with this, and then we can maybe do that.
Sure.
Okay, so there's the coughing and the wheezing. So its ability is if it's in the active, it takes damage from your opponent's attack. You search your deck for up to 2 Pokemon with coughing and put them onto your bench. It's kind of cool, actually. Okay. Like a lot of basics have the problem where if you only get 1, it gets like bossed or knocked out. You're kind of screwed. This is actually a really cool effect. I really like it. I would love to see some more Pokemon have that effect.
That art is also so cool. I just want
Yeah,
to
it
say.
is really nice.
It's
Office is a
just
cool
like,
Pokemon.
yeah, it's just like a really like random Pokemon. It's always like exploding and stuff, but this art looks pretty sick.
Then we have the Rocket's Wheezing. It does dark colors. It does 40 damage for each Pokemon to play with coughing or wheezing in its name. So, I mean, with the rules, you could play 4 Rockets Wheezing, 4 Rockets Coughing. If there's a normal coughing, you can play 4 normal coughing, 4 normal wheezing.
Right.
Maybe we get Area Zero involved. You know?
Okay, all right. Now we're really digging deep.
Another deck for our meme, Aneil. Like our meme decks.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
But that's
I don't
cool.
like that one too much, but
Alright, now this is some cards I'm excited about because they bring back basically one of my favorite support Pokemon of all time. We have the Team Rocket's Golbat. It has Sneaky Bite, the same name as it used to have. Once during your turn, when you play it from your hand to evolve on your Pokemon, you may put damage counter. Wait, what does it say? Put 10. Wait, what? This is definitely.
I'm pretty sure it's supposed to say 2.
Yeah, put 2 damage counters on your opponent's Pokemon. So just a 1-to-1 reprint of the old Sneaky Bite Golbat, which is one of my favorite cards ever. That and the Crobat. And then
they've gotten. Sorry, go ahead.
No, you go ahead. What's up?
I was like, they've gotten really, really good at. It's pulling back in the old unks like you and I, who are like back in my day. We used to have like a Golbat that had Sneaky Bite. Like this is so nostalgic for guys like us. Yeah, like this stuff works so well.
Yeah,
they've gotten really good at this.
And then Team Rockets. This time it's a 2-prizer. We have Team Rocket's Crobat EX. Its ability is Bite Around. Once during your turn, when you play it from your hand, evolve on your Pokemon. You put 2 damage counters on 2 of your opponent's Pokemon.
Okay.
So it's not the 30 that it used to do. So like honestly, it's kind of got power crept a bit in the sense that, like it didn't get power crept enough. It's actually like kind of worse than the original. Its attack is dark, put it back in your hand. But I guess the idea is you like spread stuff and then you use the Sneasel and then like do more damage. So.
Okay. I mean,
or
like
it just fixes math, right? Like if you're playing like for example Mewtwo, we're like, oh, it doesn't do enough to knock out the 2 prizes. Well, now all of a sudden we have Rockets, Crobat, and Golbat. That like now it's like Mewtwo's just one-shotting everything. So, yeah. So what's your first take?
My first inclination on this is like it seems like just a better, more splashable Iron Valiant. Like I like that.
Yeah.
Obviously, like I would find this hard. I'd be hard pressed to find this in a deck of its own. I think like you said, it hasn't power crept enough with today's like Pokemon to really like make a big impact. Like if you're spreading 20 on a bunch of like Dreepies that evolve into 320 HP Dragapults, like you're not doing a whole lot, right? But I do like the application that you said, like where you just have it as like maybe a 1/1/1 in like a Mewtwo deck or something. Like if that's what we're doing, fixing some math. I like that idea. And it's 2 darks, 120, you shuffle back in. Like it's not really a high, a huge liability. So maybe it's got some play.
Yeah, I'm excited for this. I mean, like I've always enjoyed cards like this, and then like like back in the day, Crobat was also like a similar role. So I think it'll be really good. You don't even have to play this in a Team Rockets deck. The ability is just good.
Rowan has one tattooed on his arm, bro. We gotta talk to this guy.
from Landy Crobat, 21 Worlds.
Yeah, he's got a Crobat on his arm.
Nice. That's funny. Oh yeah, with the poker cards actually. I think I did before.
Yep.
All right, so we have the Tyranitar line, the first 2 to whatever. Tyranitar is during Pokemon checkup. If this Pokemon's in the active, put 2 damage counters on each of your opponent's basics. It's actually a similar ability to an old Tyranitar. Its attack is horrible. It's fighting, colorless, colorless, 180, discard energy if your opponent's active. And so it's kind of similar to Flygon, one of my favorite decks. If you guys watched our video when we did the favorite decks. I guess my problem with this is like you need something to go like hit and run to bring this up, because like I feel like 2 a turn is good. I don't know if it's enough when you have to consistently make a stage 2, right?
Yeah.
I mean, like,
I don't know. It's tough.
And like there's the other Tyranitar that blocks items, but it's not a Team Rocket Pokemon, so you can't play them together, which is really annoying. That's another thing I don't like about the trainer Pokemon. I feel like they should just evolve from like the normal Pokemon. Like, yeah.
It would have created a lot of like broken use cases, I think. That's the like, concern with it. I agree with you. I think it'd be kind of cool.
Yeah.
But I mean, doing 40 per for every time it comes back
cycle,
to you. That's not bad. I didn't read the card properly at first. I thought it was just once, but the fact that it's twice, it's actually not bad. You're killing like Shaman in 2 shots. Like you're doing a bunch of like weird things that I don't know. I guess you're helping Monkey Dory.
Yeah, but also like it's only basics. So if you play against like an evolution deck like Dragapult, for example, it's like it's doing much. Yeah, I don't know.
Setting up math for something else, I guess.
Yeah, I mean it's cool. I just don't think it's good enough because you have to like keep making stage 2s.
Yeah, you're getting residual damage on Monkey Dory as well. putting
Yeah.
40 while they can only heal 30. So
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if that's worth anything to anyone, but just in case.
Yeah.
That is so cool. That full art Moltres.
Yeah.
Damn.
Cool. Okay, that's all the cards, Aneil.
Cool.
So I don't know. Rockets is shaping up to be a pretty strong archetype, or like they're getting actually good cards. So
It's getting scary.
yeah. All right, let's jump to the tier list, Aneil. Like we've done a lot of rambling today, which is good. I like it.
Yeah.
Classic shift gear episode.
yeah.
So Aneil, have you played more Pokemon since last week, or do I have to carry you through
No.
this?
Actually, that's a lie. That's a lie. I played Banana Games Locals on Wednesday. Because I was trying to get Leafs tickets last second and I couldn't get any. So I ended up playing Pokemon. And I played straight Dragapult, and let me tell you, it's not what it used to be. Doesn't feel as good as it once was.
Oh,
is
that's
what
funny because I feel
say.
like I was about to put it in S tier, so we can have that debate.
Sure. I mean, I played 4 games at a random locals with it, but yeah. I will say I have looked a little bit about the results and stuff, and I am in some group chats where I like to lurk back and forth and see what people are playing. So, as much as I have not been playing Pokemon, I do have an opinion on
Nice.
whether you want to take it with a grain of salt or
All
not.
right, let's start then, Neil. Dragapult,
Discretion is advised.
Dusknoir, and normal Dragapult. What tier do they go in?
Yeah, so from what I've heard, these decks are insane. From what I felt, though, it felt a little different. I do think it belongs in S. I've seen the win rates. I've seen all that stuff going on, and I don't know, man. Dragapult has always been good. I don't know, but right now it just feels like it's on another level, isn't it?
Well, it's funny because its win rate's actually really bad. Like I had PokeHive open. It has like around 50% win rate.
See, I consider that to be a good win rate though, because it's a high skill deck.
Exactly. That's
and,
what I
like,
was about to
it's
say.
not factoring in like ties and stuff.
Like Regidrago used to have a really bad win rate, and it's like you had like one good matchup on paper, but it's like, okay, well, if you're really good at playing the deck, like it's really good. And that's kind of the conclusion I've reached with Dragapult. I think Unfair Stamp and Bidoof is just like the craziest combo. Like it's so good. Like you straight up just have like almost like a 70% chance of winning every time. Every time I do that combo, I'm like, all right, like there's probably a 70% chance my opponent draws nothing, I win, right? Even if they draw out of it, that's like, all right, well now I'm gonna Iono you to 1. If you're playing the Dusknoir version, it's like I'm popping it on whoever your support Pokemon is, knocking out your only Hoots. All right, draw off this 1 card, or else I'm gonna beat you in 2 attacks. So, I just think it's just so good. Like, it is S tier to me. Your deck has to be able to compete with Dragapult. I don't think it really has that many bad matchups. Like maybe like Golden Go is probably a bad matchup. Like it's not even that bad though. So it's like
it's not that bad.
Yeah, like I think it's just really solid. I think people overreacted and thinking that Terrabox destroyed it. After playing more, I actually think Terrabox is like a 50-50. If you play like the non-Dusknoir version with some of the techs, I actually think you're favored. So yeah, I think Dragapult's really good. I expect a lot of the best players in the game to be rocking with it this weekend. Yeah, I think it's good.
I mean, like, I that's what I was thinking the last like 2 months of Pokemon though too. Like, it always felt like this deck was really, really good, and it needs like I don't know. I think for some of the guys going to Atlanta, like people are gonna be very, very well tested with this now, just because of how long it's been since there's been like a notable major in North America at least. So I definitely think the top players are gonna be on this, and honestly, if you can't beat them, just join them.
Yeah. Yeah. And then, so that's Dragapult, Dusknoir. Then the normal Dragapult, I don't know, do you see Piper's list? It was actually pretty cool.
I was with Piper that Banana Weekly, but I did not see her list, no.
Well, she posted on her YouTube channel. She just started. So everyone go subscribe to her.
Okay, yeah.
Dragapult.
Subscribe.
She's almost at 1,000, so hopefully by the time this airs, if she's not there, go subscribe, make her 1,000. Okay, I'll subscribe.
Hey, that's impressive. It took us a really long time to get to 1,000, Kieran.
Yeah,
this is very impressive.
Alright, I'm subscribed to her on 2 accounts now. Nice. I'm helping you out, Piper. So anyways, her deck list plays like Survival Brace as her ace spec. That's her like sauce. So her idea was kind of like you use this so that your Dragapult doesn't get knocked out by Clefairy. And then like you're against Terrabox, you kind of just beat them because they can't one-shot you. That's the idea. And then she adapted it by adding Pidgeot. She plays like Penny Charm, so you can also do the Penny loop with the Blood Moon, and since you play Pidgeot, it's like easy to do. So it's kind of like pseudo Pidgeot control. So it's a cool concept. I personally played with it, and like I didn't really like Survival Brace. I'm like, this is for 1 matchup, and like I feel like if I just put Stamp in my deck, plus I have the Blood Moon package, like I probably just beat Terrabox anyways.
Yeah.
But I thought it was super cool, just to see someone like innovate with the Survival Brace and like kind of get this Pidgeot build going. Back
the
to
one
the
piece
roots,
of
so.
Yeah, the one piece of info that I felt need to kind of articulate myself was when I was playing Dragon Ball without Hawlucha in this new format, it feels really, really bad. Excuse me. Yeah, it feels like you almost always need Halucha now, because you don't have Alakazam, and Monkey Dory's not a really reliable way to hit some numbers. So I was always feeling like I wasn't playing Halucha at the time that I went out and I played. Like I always felt like I was like 10 damage off or whatever. So I really do like the Halucha inclusion. I did see like some lists that weren't playing it, and when I was playing, I just net decked the top list and it wasn't playing it. So I definitely think Halucha is one of those big cards right now, especially if you're playing the straight Dragon Ball variant, where
Yeah, you
like
need it to play the straight Dragon Ball variant for sure.
you need it, right?
Yeah.
It's not negotiable. You need
Yeah.
to oppress them
Knock
somehow.
out those
Hoot
Hoot
Hoots.
Hoots. So yeah, I've seen some people talking about playing 80 HP Hoot Hoot. If you play Buddy Poffin, I don't like playing the 80 HP one because it kind of griefs you. But like, if you don't play Buddy Poffin, like yeah, you should probably be throwing some 80 HP Hoot Hoots into your deck.
Yeah, I also really dislike the lists that don't play Crispin. I love double Crispin in Dragon Ball. I think especially with the Monkey Dory, it helps so much. But I don't like that some lists were playing like literally zero. Like,
Well,
what
I
are you
mean,
doing?
this list plays one because it plays Pidgeot, so when you need it, you actually just search it out, which is like kind of cool.
Yeah, it's great. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think zero is just kind of crazy.
Yeah, so pretty cool list. So anyways, back to our tier list. I think they're both S tier. So if I had to guess, Aneil, I would put like collectively, I'm gonna put Dragapult around 16%. I'd probably say like 11 for Dusknoir, 5 for normal. What do you think? Or do you think it's more for normal?
You know, I'm very reserved with these percentages typically. I actually think it might be higher than 16%.
You think
I was
so?
gonna say like 20, bro. Like this thing
Well, all
seems
right.
kind of ridiculous. But we can go. Let's meet in the middle. Let's go 18.
18? All right, so I was gonna say like
I do
12 for
like your
this
split though. Yeah, I like your split.
and 6 like this.
Yeah.
I think so too. So, all right, next up is Terrabox. This is probably the most hyped deck coming into the format. It is a very good deck. Where do you think Terrabox kind of sits?
Seems strong. It's a solid A, I think.
I think it's A tier as well.
Yeah, I don't think it's. I think, like you said, it kind of peaked a little while ago when people thought the Dragon Ball matchup was kind of ridiculous. I don't want to say it's come back down to earth, and I don't have that knowledge to even say that, but it does seem like the hype has died down around it a little.
Yeah, I think so too. I think it's one of those decks though where it's like it kind of reminds me of Regidrago a bit too, where it's like your matchups are pretty even across the board, and like there's a lot of skill expression with this deck. So I think it'll also like perform well in the right hands. I think people are gonna like playing this because I think it's like a good deck. It's the new deck. It's the best new deck, so people are excited for a fresh deck. So if I had to guess, I'm gonna guess maybe like 11, 12%. What do you think?
Does seem like it's gonna have a lot of play. Yeah, I think like maybe 11 sounds good.
Yeah. So it might go down a bit because the Trapicos deck is picking up some speed. So we can talk about that one next.
Sure.
Yeah, I think the Trapicos deck was like honestly like everyone I think was like, oh, this is like secret deck is broken. Like that's what I thought, and like everyone just like figured it out. It was like good.
Yeah.
So Terrapagos as a deck, you beat everything except Dragapult, which is a really big problem because like your Dragapult matchup, I think is 2080. I keep seeing these people being like, oh, it's a close 50-50, like nah, bro, like come on, like
No, there's no chance.
It's a really bad matchup because like you don't have the Wellspring to like like take more prizes or put pressure like Terrabox. So you're slow, you get stamped, it's like it's bad. So
come on, man. Even I know that it's not 50-50.
But
come on.
And I have some sauce in my Terrapagos list that I've been working on. That I think I have the matchup up to 50-50. So I'm not gonna leak, but I've
I
done
can't
some
tell if
cooking.
that's copium or not, but I'll take your
I don't
word
think it's
for it.
copium. I've tested it a lot. But yeah, so I think Terrapagos, I think it's solidly A tier because I think your matchups are really, really good. Your just Dragapult matchup is hard, which is like you have a bad matchup in the best deck, which is a little sketch. So
that is a little sketch, but you will see somebody in Atlanta this weekend go on a hot run with this. I think.
Yes, I think a lot of good players will
sure.
play this deck too. I'm gonna guess like 6 to 7%. I'll just put 6 for now. For Trapagos.
I like 6.
I wouldn't be shocked if it's a little bit more even, but I think this deck will have the best conversion to day 2 if I had to make a prediction.
One of those like kind of like Gardevoir-esque decks that only some people play, but when they play it really well, I guess.
Yeah, I can't see it having a huge meta share, but like yeah, I think it'll do really well if I had to guess. All right, next up, Raging Bolt. I think it's B tier to me. It's a deck similar to the other ones where it has a very tight matchup spread, but there's like less agency with it. Like there's not as many tricks you can do or prize mapping, so it's harder to pull out victories than it is for something like a Terrabox or a Dragapult. The deck's very good. It's actually very consistent now with Noctowl, which I like. I just don't think it's just at the level of the other decks. So
yeah, I think I agree with you. I mean, like, just thinking about it logically, like people will still play it. Probably a 7% deck.
Yeah, I mean,
something like that.
Oops, like 7%. Yeah, yeah. I could see higher for it. People played it in the past, might come back, but yeah. All right, next up we have the Archaladon builds, Aneil. I don't know if you've played any of them. There's
I've seen them. I've seen them.
There's double Archaladon, there's the Dunsparce Archaladon, there's Zoroark Archaladon, and there's Poison Archaladon. So what are your thoughts? Do you which one's the best one to you?
Oh man, I don't know. I was hoping you'd have that answer. They all seem really cool, and it is cool to me. I will say how Archaladon's branched out to be this like super versatile kind of 220 boom attacker with all these different support Pokemon. I will say I don't know if it's the best one, but I am the most intrigued by the Zoroark. That does seem really really cool to me.
The Zoroark one.
The Zoroark one.
Yeah.
I like that concept. I don't know. As far as where it belongs in the tier list, I mean, I've seen a lot of hype around it. Like, I can kind of see why it would trade well into a lot of these decks. I would probably be hard pressed to put it below A, but if you have a separate opinion, I'm open to hearing it.
I was gonna say like I was leaning closer to C. I don't think it's very good. Like the normal one,
that?
The poison one's B. Well, it just doesn't hit the right numbers like super easily. I by the way, I played the Zoroark one on the weekend. I had like a group testing session like with my Metafy group where I played all like the like fringe decks. And I'm like, I don't know. It's just like it was just tough. Didn't play enough energies. Like I just think 220 is like not enough in this format. You have issues with like Pikachu, like which is a big issue. It's just like Dragapult's like it's an okay matchup, but it's like it's not like overwhelmingly good. And then like Goldengo's a really bad matchup, which we're gonna get to later. I just think it lacks the power that the other decks have. Like I think the poison one is like I know it's a cringier deck because you're trying to donk people sometimes, but it actually can out trade things afterwards. And like if you take a prize with the Petra on turn 1, your opponent does nothing. You take 2, like all of a sudden like you can just go 2/2. So I think the poison build actually fixes a lot of problems I have with Archaladon by letting it hit bigger numbers easier without having to play like black belts or like have your opponent hit into you in Relicanth. So that's kind of my opinion. I think normal Archaladon builds are kind of like C tier for me. I think poison's like B tier. In my opinion.
That's interesting. Okay. I mean, I'm willing to go with what you said. I just find it interesting because, like, to me, in my head, it just seems like it would trade a lot better than maybe it does in practice. With, like you said, like, you have so many tricks now. You have Black Belt, you have Relicanth, you have the Poison Pokemon. Like, there are ways to get your damage multipliers to go to different levels. I obviously haven't played it since, but I find it hard pressed to think that it would go below B. Like, C seems harsh to me. But
I just think the normal ones are just not that good. I think the poison one, like if someone really argued with me, like I wouldn't like hate putting it in A. I think it's on paper matchup spread's really good. It struggles a bit where if like, you don't get a crazy start, like your deck is gonna kind of like sputter out a bit because you're not playing as many tools and you're playing a lot of low HP 2 prizers. But it's just like inherently way more powerful than like the other builds. I think I would go like this. Cool with that. I think Poison Archaladon will be the most played because it's the best one. If I had to guess, like maybe like 5%, and then like the other ones like collectively might also be like 5% if I had to guess. I mean, Archaladon saw a lot of play at the end of last format, so maybe people stick with it. All right, Goldengo. What are your thoughts on Goldengo, Neil?
I think it's pretty good. That is one deck that I have been keeping a little bit of tabs on. You have OHKO power, built-in draw support. We've talked about this before. Really, really solid. I do like the A placement here. Yeah. I mean, there's not much else to say about it. Like, it does. You can KO anything. That's just pretty good. It's just good. I've seen some people playing Rocky Helmet. There's like that punchy box thing.
I've been playing Vengeful Punch to counter Pikachu,
Yeah. To counter the Pikachus and stuff. And I saw like a Surledge somewhere.
Yeah, that was me. I've switched it to Scizor now.
It's Scizor now, okay. Yeah. But yeah, you have options, right? You play every energy in the game. You can do it. So just for that reason, I like it up there in A.
I think it's one of the few decks that like actually can claim it has a good matchup against Dragapult. And like it's not lying to itself. So yeah, I think A for it. It's like Terrorbox matchup, very close. Raging Ball matchup, very close. Tropico's matchup, depending on what tech build you play, it's either bad or very good if you play the Scizor version. Good against normal Archaladon, so I think it's really good. I think I'm going to put it like maybe 9%-ish, maybe 10.
I was going to say 10, yeah. That
all right, 10, we'll put 10. So yeah, I think really good deck.
Right, you draw to stamp so well too, right?
Yeah, exactly, right? You just have so much draw. So, all right, we got Gardevoir, Neil.
I'm very unfamiliar with Gardevoir. I'll let you take the lead on this one.
It's been getting a lot of hype lately. I've played it a bit. I haven't played it like a lot. It's just like so clunky to me, and it's like you're kind of relying on like Fez and like you're putting Mew down and all this stuff. So you're like benching a lot of 2 prizers, which is like kind of like goes against what Guardy kind of tried to do for a while. It's one of the few decks though that is also favored into Dragapult, but even then it's like they hit you with Badoo, you can't go to Gardevoir. It's like they unfair stamp you. Your deck plays no draw because you don't play Kirlia anymore. So it's like, I don't know, it's kind of sketchy. Like they knock out your Fez maybe, and then it's like, no. They Dragapult the Clefairy, it only has 190. If you don't have a charm on it, that's getting Phantom Dived. So
Yeah, I mean, like to me, you still have such a large variety of tools in that deck that I
yeah,
feel like it can survive on its own without Kirlia. I haven't played it without Kirlia, or well, without Refinement Kirlia, but I mean, like, I wouldn't be surprised to see this sneak into B. Like, there are so
I
many
think B is
loyal
fine.
Garby
Yeah,
warriors.
like it's definitely like that type of deck. I think I would put like 5% just because people like playing Gardevoir, but
People are gonna do it. You know, people are
yeah,
gonna play it.
exactly. So okay, next up we have the Charizard decks, and we have Pidgeot, and then we have Charizard Noctowl. Have you
Okay,
played
I
either of
saw a
these?
lot of Charizard.
That's my first question for you.
No, I'm not touching Zard, but
Okay, I think the
I've seen a
Pidgeot
lot of Noctowl
version
around.
is like probably D because it's Dragon
Yeah,
Ball matchups just like really bad. I think the Noctowl version is probably like B because like you can actually tech in like Wellspring and you can play Cornerstone for some of the other matchups and have a chance against Dragon Ball. I think the one selling point for Charizard is it uses Briar the best of any deck in the format.
yes.
So I actually think its Terra Box matchup is probably favored. It's very favored in the Trapicos deck. So I like that about it. I think it's favored in Golden Go. So I think the Charizard Noctowl build is decent, really decent, maybe a bit slept on. It's still though you're playing a stage 2, right? So then like you still have that part of it. Even with Noctowl, it can be a bit tricky sometimes. But no, I think it's definitely slept on. I think it's a
That
B
was one
tier.
thing I noticed with lists that there's so much like versatility in the Charizard decks now because you never really needed before to do anything besides just say Burning Darkness a million
Yeah,
times.
exactly.
But now you have so many cool tips and tricks you can do. And I like the Noctowl better than the Pidgeot for sure,
Yeah,
just on paper. But like I can't see it being too high of play rate, right? Like
yeah.
I
I'm
feel
just
like
gonna
it's
put.
probably 3 and a 1.
I put 2 for both, but like yeah, I could see like 3
Sure.
going. Not too pressed. All right, Hobzation. I don't think this deck's very good, but I think it's one of those things where it's a brand new archetype, and then people like doing that at regionals. So I think people will play it. I think it's like a C tier deck. Like I actually wouldn't be shocked if this has like 5% play rate or something, because people are playing a new deck. I don't think it'll convert well online. This deck has like I think like 6% play rate or something. So
Yeah, it does. Yeah, when I was doing my pre episode research, I did see this at a 6% play rate, and
yeah,
I was struggling to kind of wrap my head around like why this is any good. But I mean, I can see it upon looking at it. You are hidden for a lot of damage. Just and I agree with you in the sense that like it is a new and people like that idea. It has some sort of nostalgia in the sense of Buzzwole, I guess. I wouldn't be surprised to see this around like 3 or 4.
yeah, I'll put 4. It's just like I don't know, it just doesn't trade well enough. Like once people start getting big attackers out.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Dengo Pult. So we've talked about Dengo, we talked about Pult, but what about Dengo and Pult together?
Dengo Fault. I have tried this in the past. I was not a fan. I don't think that you put it in B. Okay, all
I
right.
think it's B. Why were you gonna put it like C or something?
I was gonna put it in C.
I think it's like both of them are just inherently strong, right? I
Mm-hmm.
just think it's like they're just like they're good to get like together, but like they're not great at doing what like they don't have the great elements of what the other decks have, right? So like the Dragon Ball deck is so great because you have the disruption plus like the Dusknoir or like whatever manipulation you have. This version, like you normally have to Crispin if you want to attack with Dragon Ball, so I'm not disrupting. And Golden Go is normally good because I play all these like cool cards, like I can play a bunch of ciphers and stuff. Like now I'm like playing less of those because I have to fit in the Dragon Ball package. It just feels like
Yeah.
more clunky Golden Go. So it's like I feel like I'd rather just play Scizor if I want like a Cornerstone counter or something. I think the deck is still okay. Like it's Golden Go and Dragon Ball, both very good Pokemon, like together. So it's like a decent deck. I just don't think it's like an
I don't know.
amazing deck.
I feel like it's just doing a little too much. Like the reason I'd have it in C is if you're passionate about either Golden Go or Dragon Ball, play one of those. With this deck, the one benefit you have, and I will say this, is you're gonna see your whole deck all the time. Like
X is the Dracobes,
you have
yeah.
so much draw, it is ridiculous. But like you said, you have two decks that function very well on their own, and you cram them together. And like if Dragapult hit 200 and sniped 70 or something, I would understand the reasoning behind this because you want to take like multi-prize turns or whatever, like you're trying to get crazy. But Dragapult without multiple successions of Phantom Dive or with a Hawlucha or something to aid it is honestly not that great. Like
Mm-hmm.
you need to get at least 2 turns out of Dragapult to make it worth using it over a Goldengo. So to me, like this, it's just not appealing. I mean, maybe it's just me, but I just don't see why this is appealing over either of the.
Yeah. I put it at 2%. I think I agree with the assessments. Like I'd rather just play gold like normal Golden Go or like a Dragon Ball deck, but yeah, people might play
Yeah,
it. Alright, for Alligator.
I had to learn what this card did on Wednesday. I didn't know what this did.
Yeah,
It's a
so
one prize deck. It's cool.
yeah, your shut up Mark in my Discord server, he's been like cooking with for Alligator. And I tried his list and I still had trouble beating Dragon Ball. So I think for that reason I have to like just put it in C. It's
Okay.
just it's not consistent. That's the next problem, right? If it was consistent, I think it'd be really good because like retreat lock is super strong right now. Like most of these decks are playing one, maybe two switching cards, but it's just like your deck takes too long to get going. You don't have like a support Pokemon to help you draw cards. You're basically just like living off the top deck for a while, relying on like Pokegears. So I think it's just hard to make work. And I think I'd probably put it around like 2% meta share if I had to guess. Like I think it'll be kind of like a Snorlax area where it's like people who like playing control style decks will maybe have this around like, yeah, like just play it. But I don't think it'll like overwhelmingly take off.
I agree with your assessment. I have nothing to add on that.
All right, and Zoroark, I think this is like similar to Hobzation, or I think it's like it's not a good deck, but it's like people are excited to play new decks.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna guess like 5% for this one. I just
Really,
don't.
eh?
Yeah,
Alright.
I think people like playing new decks. I don't know. Ends up
I don't know. This deck
popular character.
seems it just seems underwhelming. I don't know. Like, yeah, all right, 5's fine. You're right. People like new stuff.
Yeah, it's just it doesn't hit for enough damage. So that's the problem.
I just find it hard to believe that people are gonna go to like Atlanta, Georgia, travel all the way there and be like, "Yo, I'm gonna play."
Bro, most people just
Zoroark.
play for fun, or like it's their local regional or something.
Yeah, for the locals, it makes total sense. I mean, like, even if you're traveling, you want to play Enzorg, play Enzorg. Don't let me stop you. I just find it tough to think that there's gonna be 5% of people in that boat. But I mean, we'll keep it at that for
Yeah,
now.
that's fair. All right, next up, they didn't have the summons of walls, so I just put my Lodic. So this is walls. What do you think about walls?
Walls was so hyped, and now it's just like no one cares. I think C is fine.
Yeah,
I mean,
I think, like you said, like it was hyped, but like the hype just like killed it, right? Like,
yeah, everything's got an answer, right? That's kind
yeah.
of where we came to.
Like Terror Box is like almost all of them are playing Cornerstone. The normal Dragapult deck plays Blood Moon. Even Dragapult Dusknoir can just go like Dusknoir, Dusknoir, Badoo. If they play Devo, some of them they can like do that.
It is really crazy to me how much all the Ogremons have had an effect on the meta.
Yeah, except for
I will
Flame.
say, except for Hearthflame, but it was played in Arc Armorage a little bit. I was not. I didn't think they'd have this much of an effect, but now Cornerstone is like running rampant.
Yeah, Cornerstone's like probably the most improved player in this format.
Yeah, we need to have our end of season awards, bro.
Oh, we're gonna have that.
But yeah,
this
probably
year, Neil. Yeah, I'm
probably
excited
a
for
2
that.
or 3 here, maybe.
Yeah, I was thinking like maybe 4% because like I don't know, people just play walls. People are like I want to play walls. I don't know.
I don't know anyone who says that, but yeah, hey.
The other
Yeah,
part
I
of the
wanna
deck
play
is like
walls.
there's no engine. Like the engine is like play Pokegear every turn, and like play Crispin
Yeah.
or Arvin. So I'm like, okay.
There's been a lot of decks like that recently. I don't know
I
why.
get Iono'd, and it's like I don't know what I'm drawing. So
Yeah.
right, we have Mamoswine and Neil. Unfortunately,
S-tier.
I think it might be. All right, you're in S tier. S tier, 100% meta share. No, I mean Mamoswine is just
12%.
like it really struggles with Cornerstone. 12%, sure. We're at 100 now.
I like it.
Yeah, I think Mamoswine just struggles with Cornerstone like way too much. And it's slow. It's weak to grass, so like Teal Mask can like in the Terror Box and hit it. So, yeah, it's just an S tier based on vibes. I'll put like 1% maybe.
All you mans better be playing Mamoswine, bro. If you're going to Atlanta and you're not playing Mamoswine, you are goofing. I'm telling you right now.
I agree.
Sleeper pick.
All right, other S tier deck. I don't know how this got here. Lugia Archeops is kind of on the tier list.
I don't know how that got there.
All right,
S
S tier. 11%.
11%?
Now we're at 100.
That rounds it out.
We're magically balancing the meta share total.
There you go. Lugia Archeops. I'd love to go through the Lugia Archeops list and see what cards remain.
I might have to drop a Metafy guide soon on Lugia EX.
Yeah, why not? I think you need to. I have one of these sitting around. I'm always strapped up, bro.
Oh,
I'm not ready.
Boy.
I'm strapped up. EX Jumbo Giant card sitting right next to me.
Yo, I need that, man. Where do I get that? What products is that from?
I don't know. I wanted a Pokemon Day. I won the Pokemon Day tournament. They gave me this. It was like that combined powers collection or something with like the Suicune, the Ho, and the Lugia. You can only get the classic collection. It's not too expensive because no one wants it, so I think you should cop one.
Okay, I'll cop one so I can have the nice big Lugia. You know what I want? You know that when you go to stores, they have those like massive Lugia V's, and like if you look at it from the other angle, it becomes like Vulpix or something.
Mm-hmm.
I need one of those.
Yeah. You know how expensive those are? They're nuts.
How much are they?
They're like, last time I checked, like when they came out, it was like $500 on eBay.
Oh my god!
Because only stores get them, and you're not supposed to sell them, obviously, right? So like these scalpy guys go crazy, and there's people like you and I who are like, oh, that looked pretty cool in my room.
Not $500 cool.
Yeah, I agree.
All right, I'll buy it. I'll show it off in a video. I'll be like, all right, business write off. It still costs me a bunch of money.
Business write off. Yeah, I mean, we made worse investments in our lives.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? If someone vandalizes my whip, maybe I'll use $500 to buy that, put it in the background of my videos. All right. Anything else for Atlanta? Any words of
No.
advice for the peoples?
No. I mean, you and I aren't going to be there, so
Nope.
I think it would have been fun to play the first tournament of post rotation. I'm gonna restream it on my YouTube channel and I'll get my Twitch channel going again. I'm just gonna hang out, like restream it, play some games if people want to stop by. Yeah, so I'm not going to any of the other NA regionals the rest of the year, so I was thinking I might just do that. I'm going to Monterey next week though, or the week after, so I'm really excited for that. So I'll see what happens in Atlanta and kind of adjust from there. So yeah.
Cool. Yeah. Atlanta advice. I've never been, so I don't know, but don't go to a Braves game. They suck. They're
Nice.
really, really bad. The Hawks are also not
No.
much fun to watch
Bro,
anymore.
I went to Atlanta like 15 years ago with my dad on a road trip. Like we just passed by.
Mhm.
I remember like the aquarium was actually sick. I think they have a world famous
Okay.
aquarium. And then I went to the
All right, Atlanta Aquarium.
Coca-Cola museum. I just remember they had like the very last room is they have every Coke product from like around the world and like you just have unlimited. So I just remember as a kid, I'm like, this is sick. Like,
Yeah, and like Atlanta is a huge hotspot for like music too, right? A ton
yeah,
of music comes out of Atlanta. I'll give it. You know what? Our song of the week can just be any Future song. We're hyping up Atlanta, bro. Go listen to some Future. Go listen to some. I don't know. I'm pretty sure Migos are from Atlanta too. Like,
yeah.
there's so many guys from Atlanta. So,
Actually,
definitely get involved in the music scene.
I have a music rec this week. I'm gonna throw
Sure.
it. I'm gonna shout out like our childhood goat Selena Gomez. She has this one
Okay.
song called "Bluest Flame." Like it's so good. Like
Oh,
I'm
yeah, I
like
have heard it.
addicted to that song. The rest of her album is like whatever. But I love that song. And
Yeah, I
then
saw you posted on your IG story,
yeah, I'm
but I
like
had listened to it like a couple days prior. I'm like, yo, this kind of does slap.
slaps. And then shout out my goat Pink Pantheress. She just released new music last week. Her
There
song
you
really
go.
good. It's called Tonight. Her mixtape's coming out next month. I'm hyped for that. So I'll have to review
Pink
that as
Pantheress
well.
mixtape. Put it in the calendar.
Yeah, May
De-
9th.
we're definitely sharing all the knowledge wealth. Yeah, go listen to Future or Pink Pantheress. I'm sure there's nothing in between. It's like two totally different sides of the universe. All right, let's wrap this thing up.
Yeah.
Thank you everyone for being here as always. We appreciate y'all. Let us know down below what the Atlanta play is. Let us know why Lugia Archeops is an S tier. Because to be honest, I don't even know. But other than that, yeah, good luck in Atlanta. Have a fun time. Stay safe, and we'll see y'all next week on Wednesday.
Later.
Peace.